Coronau podcast, motivational podcast. We're here with a special guest, my boy, my brother, and we actually found out we were related later on in our friendship. You know what I'm saying? We were cool, and it's weird how we met. But let me introduce my boy. You know what I mean? My faraway cousin, Zambo.
What's Gucci? What's Gucci?
Coronau podcast, motivational podcast. You know what I mean? It's a pleasure to have you here, Sambo. Me and you go some way back, not super way back, but we go back maybe 2 or 3 years back, and I know that you're super talented, and we want to talk about that. What projects do you have coming up that you've been doing? I know you've been just, you know what I mean, in the woodwork, just chilling, but people don't know that you're working. You know what I'm saying? People may not hear you or not see you on Instagram or whatever else, but let people know that you've been working. What projects you have coming up, dog?
I got a single coming out. It's called By Me. That should be coming out soon. And then also I got an EP with LG and Danny did it. It's called 3P. It's a good one. And that should be coming out. I think it's coming out on the...
Shout out to Danny.
24th.
Shout out to LG.
Yeah. The 24th of this month. And then I'm trying to work one with you. I also got a few songs in the vault that I might just release. I just got a whole bunch of shit. Like, I got a whole bunch of shit that I could drop. But I just been chilling, like you said.
That's dope, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy that you've been working. Obviously, people don't know that you working, but we letting them know my boy's working.
You dig.
You know what I mean?
You dig.
So, quick question. Everybody always wants to know and always asks the question, you know what I mean? What motivates you? What gets you out of your bed every morning, you know what I mean, to do this thing that we call music that we love? What motivates you nowadays?
Well, you know, the fact that, you feel me, life is an everyday struggle, so I just keep pushing, you feel me? And it's like, just what motivates me is just, you know, just the fact that I wake up alive, you dig, and just get to see another day. Some people don't have the opportunity to do that. And plus, it's just, you know, I mean, honestly, just my motivation and my drive to just keep going, you feel me? Because other than that, if I don't love myself, who else can I love? You feel me?
Hell yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? It takes a lot to do what we love. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes people, you know, overlook that. They overlook, you know, you could really do what you want to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't have to do what you think you have to do just to survive. Say, for example, you know, everybody sometimes works. You know what I mean? They have to work a 9 to 5, stuff like that. You know what I mean? But they forget about their dreams and aspirations, which I feel is very important. This is the reason you're alive, to follow your aspirations and your dreams. You know what I'm saying? Let me ask you a different question. What do you want your legacy to be when you're long and gone? You know what I'm saying? What do you want to leave as your legacy? What do you want people to remember Sambo as?
Just being myself, being my own individual, you know, just achieved everything that I wanted to achieve and not achieve what other people wanted me to achieve. You get me? I want to be that person to be remembered for always working hard, always putting my all into things that I do. You get me? And never giving up on shit. You get me? Like, people think you give up, and on reality is there's people that slow down and then get back up on pace. You feel me? Sometimes you get distracted with certain situations, but the grind never stops, you know, and time never stops, never waits for no one.
100%.
So if you sit down and wait, time's gonna leave you behind. You get me? So you just got to keep pushing. You got to keep moving. So I want to be remembered as the guy that lets you remember that.
Coronau podcast, motivational podcast. You know what I mean? We have Sambo here. You know what I mean? He's telling his story, what motivates him, what his legacy, what he wants his legacy to be. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to talk about a whole lot. We're going to get into a whole lot, Sambo. I feel like people need to know, you know what I'm saying, what your origin is, what you represent. You know what I'm saying? I see that PFG on your shirt. Let people know what that's about. Let people know what you rap and how you go about things as far as your origin and all that.
Well, I mean, I'm Peruvian Mexican. You feel me? But mainly Peruvian. I even grew up in Peru.
Dope.
Like, I just represent. Look, honestly, I represent myself and everybody that is with the grind. You get me, and that's what I'm really representing. And of course, I represent Peru. You know, I even have that shit on me. You know what I mean? Like, Peru has always been good to me. Has always been great. You know, even when I used to live there, I learned a lot of lessons. You get me? And it's just the culture that I've been surrounded with my whole life. You get me? Which is Peru. You know, and I can honestly say, you know, that's what I represent. You feel me? Like, I put my all into that country. You get me? Not just, I'm American too. Don't forget that. You feel me?
That's a fact.
But my roots are Peruvian. You know, Afro-Peruvian. You get me? And my roots are deep. You know what I mean?
Shout out to all the Peruvians in Peru, baby.
You feel me? Saluda Surquillo, causa.
Surquillo.
Chicao chico con chetumare. You know? And it's like, growing up in Peru, I was able to see the different struggle that people live and the way that they live, and they still find happiness and commodity off of it. And we out here in this country fucking complaining when we got roofs over our heads, not a shack. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So it's like, it's just the appreciation of culture that you get, you know, and going back, like, that's what I represent. You feel me? It's just my culture, you know. That's what I'm trying to put out there.
So what does that PFG stand for? And
well, it's Peru's finest group. You get me? Because that's what it represents. It can have many meanings too, though. You know.
That's what's up. That's what's up. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been repping that for a while. You know what I mean? Yeah. And I know we've done a couple shows in the past. You know what I'm saying? What do you want to tell people about your live performances? How you get down? We actually going to have some live performances very soon. We're going to set something up, you know what I mean, to be announced. But let people know about when they come see you live, what do they expect? You know what I'm saying? When they see you live.
Well, I mean, I'm there for them. You feel me? So I just be myself when I perform, you know, like, and let you know that whatever I'm giving you is from the heart. And if you feel it, you feel it. And if not, fuck you. You feel me? You dig? And it's like, that's just how it is, you know? Like, even like one of my songs is just back in my mind, you feel me? I wrote that shit intoxicated on drugs, you know, and everything. And whenever I perform it, people feel it because it's reality, you feel me? Like, that's just one of the things that you live by. You know, you may have it, you may not have it. At the end of the day, everybody struggles.
100%. You know what I mean? That's very true. And it's crazy, you know what I mean? When I think about the past, how we met actually through the homie LG. The homie LG, you know, he opened his spot, you know, up the block, not too far from where we're having this podcast. And it was crazy because I was like, damn, a Peruvian restaurant, like down the block from where I live. That's kind of crazy. So I went up in there and, you know what I'm saying, I got met by the homie Manny, which I work with and know him closely, a good friend of mine. And it was crazy how me and him, you know, interacted and actually found out that we were related. So I met the homie LG. We're actually in his whip, you know what I mean, hearing some music. He put some of Sambo's music on, and I was blown away. You know what I mean? How talented, you know, another artist from Peru could be. You know what I'm saying? So if you haven't checked him out yet, I want him to actually put out his social media where you can find his music. You know what I mean? Let them know where they can find you as far as all platforms, everything, please.
You can find me on all platforms, Pandora, Spotify, YouTube.
What do they look for? A Sambo?
Just Sambo. And then on Instagram, I'm Zambo PFG, all together, one word. Easy to find me. You feel me? So, you know, just connect with me. You feel me? Fuck with me.
Yeah. You know, as far as that, you know what I'm saying? Let me ask you, what do you want to talk about as far as life? You know what I mean? What advice do you have people just living life? And, you know what I mean? I want you to talk your shit, fam. So, you know, let people know what's good. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, advice for life, man. Just do what makes you happy, honestly. Just do what you want to do. And never let anything or anybody or whatever stop you from doing what you want to do and what you want to achieve. Because at the end of the day, they're not going to be there for you when you need them the most. You feel me? It's like, just worry about you first, and then worry about everybody. You know.
Yo, talk about your last video, the last song you just put out. I seen the visual you did with the homie Drew. And that shit was super hard. I know you have it on your YouTube. Talk a little bit about that project that you just dropped. You actually dropped 2 projects, right? Like back to back.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly.
So the first one was El Padrino del Género.
Yeah, I remember that one was hard.
That one came out on 420, I think.
Yeah, it did.
It did, right? Yeah, that one came out on 420. It was a 6-track EP. And yeah, it was a good one. I like it. You feel me?
What songs you recommend on that EP? For the people.
Back in My Mind.
Oh yeah, that one's a good one. Yeah. That's actually one of my favorites.
What else? Thank you. Even the last one, what's it called? I got so many songs.
You did one with the homie Jameson, too.
That's the one I'm talking about with Jameson. He's an amazing vocalist.
Yo, shout out to the homie Jameson. You know what I mean? We met him through the homie Maine, producer Maine. Shout out to him too.
Yeah.
We gonna see you soon, fam.
Yeah. Yeah, that fool's amazing at what he does, man. That song, man. I'm trying to remember the name of the song. I think it was called Mundo de Fama.
Oh, yep.
Mundo de Fama.
Incredible.
It's un mundo de fama. That nigga got down. And then
you dropped that second project?
Yeah, it's called Te Cagué Causa. You know what I'm saying? Because people were not expecting that shit. So I was like, Te Cagué. You know what I mean?
100%.
Dropped that shit real quick. It was like another 6-track EP, you feel me? And there was some good ones in there too, you know?
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones.
Yeah, there's a lot of good ones on that one too. Yeah, pretty much the whole EP. Like the other one had Roll Bounce in it. This one had damn, there's so many fucking songs, bro. It's so hard to remember that.
Yo, let people know how you got into music. How did you get into this music thing?
You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy is the way that I got into it, dog, was
because everybody has their story. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got that.
So basically, I was chilling at a legal facility warehouse in Adelanto. You feel me? And I was doing some shit right there, and I had some yak on me. You feel me? So me and this one dude knew that I had that shit. So he'll be like, "Hey, let's go to your whip." So we're going to Beams real quick, go do some yak. And this nigga like will always like play beats and shit, and I was like, "Oh, that's dope. Look, I could probably freestyle some shit." So I'll be all fucking freestyling yacked out, and this nigga fucking will tell me like, "Yo, hey, you need to come meet my cousin one day, bro." And I'm like, all right, bet. I didn't think much about it, you feel me? But he's like, yeah, it's in Hollywood, and I be kicking it in North Hollywood a lot. So I was like, man, fuck it, I'll pass by, you feel me? Ended up being Justin Credible's, one of Justin Credible's producers, the LA Leakers.
Yep.
Maine, which is my brother, you feel me?
Shout out to Maine, man.
Shout out to Maine.
Real talk.
To a tight relationship, and so we started working off of fucking in Hollywood. Nigga, the first day we just made some bangers. I made Drip. I made what was the first day? I made Drip. I made
Drip is hard.
Yeah, I made Jugging and Finessing. Oh, some songs, man. They out there somewhere. And we just linked up and we did a 16-hour session. And it was crazy because I would go crazy and so crazy back in those days. You know what I'm saying? So crazy. I almost killed my own producer, man. So I ended up, we ended up slowing down and not just doing it right. You feel me? Not healthy living, all that shit. You know what I mean? Going to the gym every day and all that bullshit.
You got to, man.
Yeah, man. You got to take care of your health. I got diabetes the week after Christmas because of not taking care of myself. So, yeah, so that's kind of what got me in there, bro. And I just been stuck ever since. You feel me? Loyalty over royalty most of the time.
And people don't know that actually taking care of your body and taking care of your well-being is super important.
Right.
For people that, that goes over their head, please take care of your body. Yeah. If you're going to drink or whatever the case may be, do it in moderation. You know what I mean? Because the body's the temple. The body's the temple, man. And you need to take care of that. You know what I mean? But Sambo, now getting back to you, I know you've been, taking care of your body.
Yeah.
What routine have you been doing? What have you been doing just so people can know, just if they want to follow a certain routine?
Just a lot of exercise, man. I've been exercising a lot.
And you used to do football and kickboxing back in the day, right?
I used to do Muay Thai, kickboxing, football,
Yeah,
rugby.
for everybody, my boy Funny Style. Yo, I'm fucking kick you in your head.
Yeah, I used to get down.
Yo.
Man. Yeah. I don't say
saying?
much. You feel me? Like you know, it's just when it comes to it, it comes to it. You see when you see it. You feel me? It's not much to talk about. But other than that, like, yeah, I take care of my body now, you know, because I was getting to the point where it was like self-destructive. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, and it becomes that, until your body actually tells you.
Because you know, you think you're having a good time,
yeah,
but you're not really having a good time. All you doing is just trying to, you know, like block certain shit away, but you're just end up fucking yourself up and fucking yourself over even worse. You know what I mean? And it's like that's what happened to me. You feel me? I found comfort in drugs. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I was doing everything, so it's like I was living that, like, you know, I was out there. You feel me? Living that lifestyle. Like,
but you were wise enough to switch it up, and that's
well.
You know
It came to this. It's either I do it or I die. You feel me? So what the fuck do I want to do, nigga? And I don't feel like dying yet, nigga. I'm only 28. You feel me? I still got much broad shit to do. You get me?
100%.
I'm still out here. You know what I mean? Fucking bitches, getting into all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get it. I'm trying to live that life. You know what I mean? So how am I gonna live that life if I don't take care of myself enough to live that life or have a longevity in life enough to tell the stories? You get me?
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck. All right. So you have to make that switch. You have to switch. If not, te mueres, causa.
Yo, okay. So, hey, I'm just thinking about the time that we actually went to San Francisco. We took that trip. We did a show in San Francisco because of my cousin Jasmine. Jasmine, shout out to you. You already know what it is. Mad love. Hey. And tell them about the experience, man. The experience that we had being in a whole different spot. You know what I mean? Doing our music in front of maybe, it was 100, maybe 200 people there.
Yeah, no, it was cool that time. It was a while
back. Tell them about the experience and what we encountered.
What
Remember
year was
then?
that? What year was that?
Shit, that was
2018 or 2019?
2019.
Dude, fucking. So me and this motherfucker right here, we ended up going all the way to San Francisco just to go do a show, right? And kick it. The whole thing was,
that shit was hard.
Yeah, the whole thing was to go over there, kick it, because this nigga's cousin is like a madam. You catch my drift. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna have fun. I was like, all right, bet. We go out there, we stay at her house, and it was dope. Her even her man at that time, you feel me, treated us with mad love and shit.
Yeah.
And so we go do a show, right, that he set up. And it's like 200-300 people. It was cool though. It was like,
it was a lot of people.
It was there. Like a little private event type shit, like at a like auditorium.
Yeah.
And so we're like, all right, for sure, we're gonna fucking do this shit. So we go in there and I'm over here fucking, you know, we're starting our shit. We're doing this, boom, boom, boom.
What songs did we do?
Fuck, bro.
Yo estoy en cargo.
Yo estoy en cargo, fucking.
And okay, the other one I forgot.
Yeah, see, I can't. I'm not even gonna lie, I was kind of fucked up. And cuando no, fucking. Anyways, so we get there, bro. We do this fucking show. Hey, everybody, fucking class. We have a good time, whatever. We fucking get down. I go outside, tell this nigga, I'm gonna go smoke a cigarette. You feel me? I go outside to go smoke a cigarette. There's some fucking old ass head, some old motherfucker comes up and he's like, oh, you're
Peruvian, old school Peruvian.
He's like, homie, you're Sambo? Oh, what? You think you're Peruvian? And at that time, I was in a different state of mind, in a different state of place. You feel me? So I was like, hey, look, check this shit out, old head. If you don't fucking back the fuck up, I'm gonna kill you where you stand. I'm not gonna fuck you up. I'm gonna kill you where you stand, because I was in a different state of mind. You get me? And this nigga, and I had a knife in my pocket, and I remember this nigga 9 mil was like, hey, yo, what's up with this nigga? And then the old guy kept going, and I'm like, nah, man, I'm gonna fucking do something. And this nigga's like, hold on. And then the other fool's like, oh, that's what you represent.
Such it all.
Yeah, no, like, oh, that's what you think because you fucking big and bad. You think you know. And I'm like, bro, you over here talking shit to me.
And then I had to tell this fool, let's get out of here.
You feel me? Like, I'm gonna respond. Like, what? Like, you don't, like, you gonna expect to, like, just have a nigga like, oh, okay. Fuck that nigga. You know who you are. Fuck you.
Yo, you know what I'm saying? Getting to something positive, you know what I mean? And that shit was actually something crazy that we went through in San Francisco. And it comes with the type of work that we do as artists, you know what I'm saying? It's always gonna be a lot of hate. There's always gonna be somebody saying, you know what I mean, that these fools are whack, whatever.
You know what's crazy is your biggest fans are not even your fans. Your biggest fans are your haters. You feel me? The niggas that hate you, and they hate you on the DL. Like, they put a certain face when you're around them, but when you're not around them, a whole different story. You feel me? A whole bunch of fuck niggas like that in this life. So it's like, you got to make the decision of what type of person you're going to be. Are you going to be the person that you allow it to affect you and slow you down on your curriculums or anything you're trying to do in life? Or are you going to be the type of nigga that takes that shit to the chin and either you fuck them up or you just keep going, but you don't talk about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's true, man. Getting into some music, what brought out your style of music? Why do you do music the way you do as far as your style? I know you do a lot of also dope rapping, but you have a lot of melody in your style. You know what I mean? And your voice is very unique. Yeah. So let people know about.
It's what I grew up with. A lot of my family, Peru Negro, all that shit. You know what I mean? It's like the people like even my uncle Pepe Vasquez.
Yeah, let people know about your family.
Yeah, like my uncle, you know, which is like my dad's. My grandpa's, my mom's dad's fucking like brother. I forgot how it goes, but yeah, it's Pepe Vasquez, and even then, like, you know, we would have that be a big thing in the house. You know, we would listen to that. I would listen to a lot of salsa too, you feel me?
Yeah.
A lot of, like, not just regular salsa cubana, you know, salsa colombiana, salsa puertorriqueña, dominicana, all that shit. Even you know, just growing up and just being so, like, adversive and, like, listening to so many different types of genres down to even classical music. I was able to, like, learn how to, like, ride the beat, I guess you could say, or kind of like ride the wave, you feel me? And that's what a lot of people want. Like, people don't want to hear, like, yeah, that fucking offbeat shit was cool for a second, but now you even catch Blueface going with the beat. You know what I'm saying? Like, but it's like, you gotta ride, and it's just learning that shit. And even then, I studied music when I was younger too, for like 5 years, bro. Like, all my high school, I had music all the time. Like, you
have to do this shit. You have to be super dedicated. It's not gonna come overnight.
No.
And when you hear those people that, you know what I mean, been doing this for a couple months, the people that are here today, I could say have a lot of years in this shit.
I got like 4 years in this motherfucker, dog.
No, I could say probably professionally, but beforehand you had.
Oh yeah, no, way more.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But now I'm talking about like professional, like actually my foot in the door, like where I could, like, you feel me, make money off my music. 4 years straight the fuck up, like, and it's still more time to come through, like, you know what I mean? So it's like, what, like, how much hard work do you really have to put in? Everybody's different. Not everybody has the same, you know, and sometimes it's not even about what you know, it's about who you know.
That's true.
You feel me? So it's like, it's a business, you know? It's a business, and you got to just comprehend that business and how to maneuver yourself in that business.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And a little bit about the business. What did you learn about the business as far as music, as far as distributing your own music, being independent? What advice can you give to the upcoming artists that are coming up and that don't know how to maybe put out their music on all platforms, or maybe they don't know how to maybe use a YouTube and all that? What advice can you give that artist?
First of all, you got to invest in yourself. That's the best. That's
advice. That's the biggest. The biggest key is investing in yourself.
And it's like, hearing that shit is so fucking annoying, my boy, because like, it's like, you got to invest in yourself, and it's like, fuck, how much does it cost? How much does it cost? But fuck it. You spend money on weed. You spend money on bullshit. Why not spend money on your passion too? You feel me? And it's like, fuck, all right, boom, boom, boom. But you start seeing results. You know what I mean? Another thing too, dedication is keep going. Even if you take like a month or two break, shit happens, dog. But still keep going, keep going, keep going, keep pushing. You get me? Because it's like the train don't stop and that's it. Nah, the train keeps pushing. You got to keep putting motherfucking fuel in that motherfucker so keep going. You know what I mean? So it's like, you got to keep pushing yourself, because if you don't push yourself, nobody will push yourself as hard as you will push yourself.
That's real, man. And people sometimes lack or maybe they're just afraid to really follow their passion and go 100% with this.
Well, they're too worried about what people think about them, and at the same time, you gotta not give a fuck. Because if you give a fuck about what people think about you, then you'll never progress. You'll never go anywhere in life. You know, life is it's your life. Everybody's not living your life. You're living your own life, so you gotta make your own decisions. You gotta be your own mentor. You gotta be your own guidance. You feel me? You gotta show your own path, show your own way, because if not, you'll get lost. And fuck, losing yourself is so fucking horrible, especially when you did it to yourself, because you knew that all you needed to do was just have a different mindset and you could have kept going.
That's a fact. That's a fact, man. You know what I mean? That's very important. That's advice from an artist that's been doing this for a while, that's been doing this from his passion standpoint, from his heart standpoint. And I feel it's very important. If you're going to do music or any type of artistry as far as being creative, I feel you have to do it from the heart. Because sometimes a lot of these artists, I heard this one time, that a lot of the best artists that you can ever think about are the ones that are unknown, the ones that are they're in their fucking in their basement, the ones that are in their rooms just doing it for themselves. Those are the best fucking artists, and those artists are the ones that you don't hear about, man. There's a lot of talent out here. My boy Sambo is definitely one of them. You know what I mean? Thank you. Know, I've been cheering this guy on for a long time, so I want him to talk about his music. We're almost at the end of our podcast, but I want him to talk about himself, his music. I want people to know who he is as a person, and please follow him. I'm definitely going to tag him in the bottom. You know what I mean? I'm going to tag where his music is at, all that. So, Sambo, please let him know, you know what I mean, so we can end it off in the right place. Let him know everything about you that they can know within, you know what I mean, a couple minutes right now.
Well, like I said, I'm a Peruvian Mexican American artist, you feel me? And I'm just out here doing English and Spanish, hip-hop, rap, R&B, everything, you know what I mean? A little bit more. I'm gonna start doing corridos and salsa and shit. But you know, I just keep pushing, bro. I just want everybody to just, you know, make sure you listen to me and let me know what you think. You feel me? Always feel free to reach out to me. I don't give a fuck. I always try to.
What's your Instagram and TikTok and all that?
Zambo PFG. You cannot forget that. Zambo PFG. ZAMBO PFG. Hasta te lo deletreo, huevón.
Estamos coronau, sonky, choclo. That's just a little slang from Peru. You know what I mean? We want to end this podcast on a positive note. I want to give a shout out to all the people that are actually, you know what I mean, staying tuned to our podcast. This is the second episode. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to my boy Sambo for coming out and taking the time to,
thank you.
Coming in and telling everybody his story. And yeah, baby, let's get it.
Hey.
Coronau podcast, motivational podcast. You know what I mean? Look out for my homie Sambo. He's coming up with some dope music, visuals, everything. Check him out, baby. 1-1.